me. And I enjoy them, and you're going to enjoy them too. Please give it up for my friend Tim Finkel. Let him hear it, folks.
Thank you very much, Dwayne. Dwayne actually gave me a haircut before I came here this evening. That made me feel good. Hey, keep it going for all the comics you saw here tonight. You guys have a good time? You know what? Keep it going for yourselves, everybody, for making it out here tonight. Good for you. Yeah. You put a little plan in place for yourself, huh? You're out of your house on a Thursday night. How great is that? Yeah. I had to ask my wife for permission to be here tonight. You guys have any idea how humiliating that is as a middle-aged man to have to put in a pre-approved leave request just to get out of your house? She said no, by the way. You guys all seem cool if you can all keep a secret. My wife doesn't even know I'm here right now. That's right, I'm currently supposed to be running out to Target for another round of White Claws and tampons. And she's gonna be pissed. No, but it's good, we need this, you know, we need to come together and laugh. It's been a weird, confusing last couple of years. I'll give you an example. I got a phone call the other day from a man, telling me, Tim, I don't know how to put this, but I tested positive. You were the last man I was with. You may want to go get tested. Yeah, now if you would have told me 2 years ago we'd be having conversations like this, I would have assumed I made a radical lifestyle change. Same thing, my wife came home from work the other day, she's freaking out, she's like, everybody's testing positive, I don't feel very well, I think I may have got it from the men in our building exposing themselves to me. Again, 2 years ago. I would have thought, honey, what kind of sick and twisted orgies are you having at that elementary school? But alas, we're all here, and congratulations, every single person in this room here tonight is not dead. Yeah, for now, you know, nice youngster. They're a lively bunch. How about this? You guys ever hear the animal called a kuka before? Yeah, I just learned about this last week. It's very interesting. It's a marsupial that is native off of one specific island off of Australia. And what's unique about the kuka is its only defense mechanism against predators is it'll just throw its babies at them. Just run away. Isn't that interesting? Another interesting fact about the kuka, it is regarded as the happiest animal on the planet. See, I like to open up with a nice little fun fact, you know? Just in case you guys don't like me, at least you go home learning something, you know? Yeah, that last tall-ass Beto O'Rourke-looking comic was terrible, but he was wildly informative. Now, I'm a father myself. I have a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. They're both beautiful boys. They're both horribly behaved. And it's a good thing that they're so good-looking, because if they were ugly, I would have thrown them to a predator by now. 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. If you're one of those women who's now thinking, oh, how can you say that? That is such a fun age. That is such a fun age. No, it is not. Now, my wife left me alone with my kids last night. That was negligence. Turned my back on the older one for 3 seconds, and he shoved a tiny Lego piece as far as he could into our poor dog's ass. True story, it's not a fun age. It's not fun when your kids make you play emergency canine proctologist. I came in the room, the dog's just eyeing me down like, dude, come on, man, do your job. How are you gonna let this happen? All the while amidst the chaos, I take a glance over my shoulder, and the younger one is now teething on that very Lego piece that I just recovered. It's not a fun age. No, my kids are good looking though. They are. They get that from my wife. My wife's a very beautiful woman. She's so much better looking than I am. She was 22 years old when I met her. Hot, sir? Hide your boner? She's 38 years old now. She's still hot, but she's also the woman that nags me all the time. After you spend a year in quarantine with that, it's hard to see the beauty after a while. Yeah, you stare at the same face for long enough, it just becomes like abstract shapes and colors with like sounds coming out of it. Yeah, it's like a Picasso painting. And I don't even hear her voice anymore. It's like that teacher from Charlie Brown. She bought me an Apple Watch for Christmas this year. No joke. When she starts bitching, my Apple Watch now buzzes. Tells me to just breathe, ma'am. Just breathe. No, my kids are good looking though. People say funny things here and out, but in public with two adorable children. I had a woman come up to me the other day. She said, "Oh, they are so adorable. I could just gobble them right up." I think we can all agree that's a really weird way to compliment another human being. But it got me thinking, like, at what age and gender does this become horribly inappropriate? Like, could you imagine if I went up to, I don't know, like a 13-year-old boy? See? Oh, look at you! I could just gobble you right up! I'd be in jail! It's a double standard, that's all I'm saying. No, we do try to be good parents, though. We do. We went to Hawaii just before the pandemic when our kids were 5 and 3 years old. 5-year-old and a 3-year-old on an 11-hour direct flight. No, yeah, I don't recommend that. No, the yelling and screaming got so bad at one point I was watching the news and these horrific scenes of what was going on at our border at the time, these poor families getting separated from their children, and I thought to myself, man, that looks nice. Ah, look at the leg room in that cage. That was a tester joke, sir. You passed. Congratulations. You guys are cool. No, I complain about my kids a lot, though, but I'll be honest, I love being a dad. It's one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me. I never knew that I could love two human beings that much for like 3 hours a day. And then I tap out. You relate to that, sir? Yeah. Here's the thing, though. My kids are getting to that age where I gotta watch what I say around them now, But not only that, I also have to watch what type of music I play around them. Which is a bit of a challenge because one thing you fine folks should all know about me is that I have an affinity for early 90s gangster rap. Yeah, that's right. Do not allow this clean-cut alabaster exterior to fool you. This West Side until the day I die. Seriously, have you ever been anywhere where Snoop Dogg's Nothing But a G Thing starts playing? You hear 1, 2, 3 into the phone. You think to yourself, you know what? Shut it off, I'm not in the mood. No, it's never happened. Now here's the thing, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this about early 90s gangster rap. It turns out that if you listen very closely to the lyrics, you will pick up on subtle hints of misogynistic undertones. Which is a bit of a challenge because I have 2 boys. I want them to grow up to be gentlemen. I do want them to show respect to women. But I do want them to show respect to the golden age of hip-hop. Yeah, so you can imagine the pickle I was in when my son's Sunday school teacher pulled me aside, told me that when they were learning about the Garden of Eden and man's fall into sin, he told the class, "Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks." Horrible thing to say anywhere, let alone church. Here's the thing, if there's one thing I can be proud of that Tupac has taught them, you gotta give much respect to those who break their necks to keep their hose in check. Now, there are some horrible lyrics in early 90s gangster rap. When Dr. Dre says, "And if my bitches talk shit, I have to put the smack down." I envy him for that. I do. My bitch talks shit all the time. I just have to sit there and take it. Wait for my Apple Watch to buzz and tell me to just breathe, man. guys remember that song from the late 90s? It was actually from an artist from Detroit called DJ Assault. Catchy little number called Ass and Titties. Remember that one? Remember how it goes? Ass and titties. Ass and titties. Ass, titties, titties, ass and titties. Made the mistake of playing this one for my kids the other day. And my wife comes in the room, she just loses it. She starts screaming at me, "What the hell are you doing? You can't play that song around the kids." I said, honey, listen, settle down. Which I've learned is a wonderful way to diffuse a woman. It's like throwing water on a grease fire. I said, honey, listen, settle down. This is just an adult version of head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, ass and titties. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, ass and titties. Say what you may, but that'll be stuck in your head tonight. Here's a little interesting fact about DJ Assault. I don't know if you guys knew this. In 2002, he actually quit music, went back to Wayne State University, got his medical degree. He now goes by Dr. Assault. Yeah, you know what he specializes in? Ear, nose, and throat. And here, listen, I don't want to give you guys the wrong impression. I complain about my wife a lot up here. She comes to shows occasionally now. She's over it, I'll be honest. But every time she comes to a show, I'm like, honey, was that funny? And she goes, yeah, you were funny, you know. But it just sounds like you hate me up there. And I don't. We have an incredible relationship. And I'll tell you how I know we have an incredible relationship. Applaud if you are a couple here tonight who met up or came out with another couple. Anyone else? Yeah, you guys there? It's good to hang out with other couples, isn't it? You know, it's healthy, you guys exchange stories, you got some laughs. The best part is when you get in your car and you drive home and you talk shit about the other couple. Am I right? Don't act like you don't. Everybody does, no one talks about it. That's a barometer for a good relationship, you know? Because if you're not talking shit about the other couple, you're talking shit about each other, and that's no good, you know? My wife and I, we have a best friend couple. Their names are Todd and Stacy. Todd and Stacy are annoying as shit. We love hanging out with them. We do. I'll get in the car afterwards and be like, if Todd rambles on one more time about how great he feels after starting CrossFit, I am gonna lose my shit. My wife goes, yeah, and if Stacy tries to get me to quit my job and become my own boss bitch, selling dietites, I'm gonna stab her in the eye with a fork. But then the best part is, you know, after you get a vent and everything, you're like, you know, I really like Todd and Stacy. We should get together again next week, you know? Do this again. You guys can laugh about that tonight. Start talking shit about each other. How about parents? We got any other parents here tonight? Applaud if you're a parent. Yeah. It's hard becoming a parent. It is. You know, everybody's doing that 10-year Facebook challenge now. You know, that's like where you take a look at a picture of yourself from 10 years ago, one from recent. My wife and I took a look at a picture of us from 10 years ago. We're all full of positivity and vibrancy, vitality. We took a look at a picture of us from last week. It looks like one of those before and after ads designed to scare people away from trying crystal meth. The wear and tear of the children. If there's any new parents out there tonight that I can give a word of advice to, it's to make sure that you set aside time for yourself, you know, to do things that you love and that make you happy, you know? And that is why I now drink. Because I really think it makes me a better parent. I do, because it gives you an unlimited amount of patience and tolerance, you know? I came home from work the other day, I had a terrible day. I walk in the house, my older one's just smacking the younger one in the head. I lose it. I just start screaming at him, stop it, stop it! We are a loving family! We do not hit one another, and we do not yell! I go in the kitchen, I pour myself a drink. 20 minutes later, I find myself yelling, "Hit him! Hit him!" And now I'm entertained because I feel like I have ringside seats with the tiniest little featherweight boxing match. It's true, alcohol is to parenting what steroids was to all 7 of Lance Armstrong's Tour de France wins. Just a dirty little secret that we're all willing to turn a blind eye to because we are Americans and we are winners, everybody. Yeah, so if your parents here tonight, drink up. It's your night. Yeah, there you go. Gotta make sure you don't overdo it, though. You do. I recently went to the doctor. I confessed to him how much I'd been drinking, and he told me, "Tim, listen, you want to be healthy enough to see your children grow old? It's best to kick this habit right now." He then recommended I find a replacement behavior for my drinking. He recommended yoga. Yeah, can't even say it with a straight face. He said if I commit to 9 months of my practice of yoga, in 9 months I will be the greatest version of myself. Now my youngest son peed in a potted plant in the middle of the waiting room of the dentist's office on Monday. Yeah, I don't have 9 months. If I pour a drink right now, in 9 minutes, I will be the greatest version of myself. I am trying to get in shape, though. My wife and I were trying to get in shape. We just bought a Peloton treadmill. Are you guys familiar with Peloton? Anyone? Yeah, that's where you got like a big screen. You're working one-on-one with a trainer. You know, you breathe in heavy. It's very intimate. They don't use ugly people for this, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, no one wants to stare at a homely troll while you're suffering. Yeah, but the thing is, my wife and I, we both use this machine, you know? And you can learn a lot about your spouse when you go into that history and you see what trainer they've been working with. Like I learned that my wife only likes to get her heart rate pinned by black guys. I can't compete with that. And you can imagine the shock she was in when she went in and learned that I only like to get my heart rate pinned also by black guys. No, that's just a joke. That's just a joke. These are all jokes, actually. Oh, that's just a joke, sir. I only like to choose the blondes with big bouncy boobs, you know? But here's the thing, they gotta use good-looking people, you know? It's a monthly subscription, they gotta get you to keep coming back. They need you to aspire to be like those trainers. But here's the thing, I would argue that just once, I would like to see a trainer that is just a complete train wreck. You know, like one who just doesn't have his life together. You know, you like log on for a live session, he's real honest, and he's like, "Tim, listen, I had like 13 IPAs last night, and I cannot trust a fart right now." It is going to be a miracle if this treadmill does not turn into a diarrhea slip and slide by the end of this session. And instead of like running through the picturesque mountains of Machu Picchu, you know, he's like sprinting his ass off through the back alleys of Detroit. Trying to outrun a rabid pit bull, you know. And the session just ends with him doubled over like, I'm cramping, just go on without me. I would find that very motivating. I would step off that treadmill with the confidence of Brad Pitt in Fight Club. You know, the first rule of Peloton is we do not talk about Peloton. No, but they really motivate you. You know, these attractive trainers, they do. They push you. They push you to learn what you are capable of. Like I learned that I am capable of running 12 straight miles up and downhill while still maintaining an erection. I would have never known that. Yeah, speaking of maintaining an erection, everyone, I just recently had a big birthday. I just recently turned 40 years old, everybody. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm lying. I'm actually 43 years old, but never solicits the cheap applause break I'm looking for in that joke. Here's the thing though, I don't feel 43 years old. No, inside I still feel like a teenager, you know? But every once in a while the universe sends you these subtle little reminders of just how old you are. Earlier this week, my wife was craving sushi. Me being the good husband I am, I thought I'd go out and get that for her. I went to a really authentic, upscale place by our house. I went to Kroger. Isn't it amazing that they sell sushi at Kroger? Yeah, like as Americans, there is no culture that we are unwilling to bastardize. And they use real Japanese people to make it, too. You'd think they'd use some fat white kid with dreadlocks, you know? I looked it up. It takes over 6 years of an apprenticeship in Japan just to start making the rice. That's like more schooling than the doctor that cut Chad's balls off. So anyway, I'm in Kroger, you know, and I'm standing over the sushi aisle, and over the intercom comes the acclaimed CNC Music Factory's Contagious. Everybody dance now. Remember how it goes, man? Boom, 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 boom. Everybody dance now! Oh, thank you. Now here's the thing, I ask you, where does Kroger get off having the audacity to think that they are going to play that song and expect me to just go about my shopping calmly? I know at one point in the song it says, let the rhythm take control, let the music move you. Yeah, and I'm a rule follower, so now I'm in the middle of the aisle doing the Running Man. Transitioning into the Roger Rabbit. Having flashbacks to 8th grade dances with white suburbanite parochial school kids surrounding me in a circle going, go Tim, go Tim, go Tim. Yeah, and at the height of all my glory, that's when it happened. I threw my back out. I'm a 43-year-old man, I gotta warm up for that shit. I went into Kroger later this week, no joke. They were playing House of Pain's Jump Around. I tore a meniscus. Now, it is interesting how peer pressure changes with age. You know, at like 16 years old, it was like to smoke and drink to fit in, you know. At 43 years old, it is to post professional grade photos of my family on Facebook on Christmas wearing matching pajamas. Are you aware of this, ma'am? When the hell did this start? This is not the nostalgic Christmas of my childhood. In 1985, my father wouldn't have been caught dead wearing matching pajamas with us. And to my knowledge, the man never even bought a single shirt for himself, let alone go out and curate a sweater for the dog. Yeah, he didn't even set an alarm on Christmas morning. It was his only day to sleep in. You know, my brothers and I would sit around the tree just staring at unopened gifts. He'd finally come stumbling down the stairs in a pit-stained V-neck undershirt, tucked into his Fruit of the Loom whitey-tighties. Left ball hanging out. Like a majestic silver bell here to ring the birth of baby Jesus. This is the photo I would like to post. Wouldn't that be great? I gotta tell you guys, give it up for yourselves one more time. You came out for a great cause tonight, you know? It's good. And I know Will shared, he was a teacher. I actually am a teacher for 21 years, a special education teacher, everybody. Yeah. You can save those claps. I actually quit in July. And I should have never been a teacher to begin with. That's the thing. I lack the maturity, you know. Like case in point, to this day, when I see like a really attractive pregnant woman, you know, I still like snicker and think to myself, I know what you did. I know how that got in there. But I actually had a series of very obscure jobs in my life. You know, before I was a comic, before I taught, I was actually a professional yo-yo demonstrator. Yeah, hold your applause. That's nice. Yeah, that's right. What you see before you today was the 1998 State of Michigan Yo-Yo Champion, everybody. Yeah. And I know what you're thinking. That is absolutely amazing that a woman would ever agree to sleep with him. But I brought a yo-yo with me today. Would you guys like to do a couple basic ones here? Feel free to applaud at any given moment. You guys may be asking yourself, what does a career as a professional yo-yo demonstrator entail? And I'll tell you, I got paid to travel all over the United States of America doing shows at elementary and middle schools, promoting the message that if you refrain from drugs and alcohol, you can accomplish anything in life. To this day, I can't say it with a straight face. Yeah, they used to pay me very well. They used to pay me $500 a show. Yeah, I would then take that money and I would buy an enormous amount of drugs and alcohol with it. Listen, come see me after the show, everybody. I got some things for sale. I actually started a parenting advocacy group. I don't know why that's funny, man. Now, the name of our group is called Fun Age. That's actually an acronym that stands for Fulfilling Your Needs Through Alcohol-Generated Enhancement. But I got these wristbands for sale. They're cheaper than an Apple Watch on them. They say, just breathe, man. And here's the thing, half of the proceeds for these I'll give back to the charity this evening. And this is the thing, you guys don't have to buy one, you don't, but I really did quit my job and like my kids need to eat. So, do the right thing. Yeah, and I can assure you 100% of the promotions of these wristbands that I don't give back to the charity will go to me buying a case of beer on my way home tonight. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. My name is Tim Finkel. Thank you so much.
Hey, keep it going for Tim Finkel, folks.